In 1869, a French chemist created something that would change the world forever. It wasn't a medicine. It wasn't a weapon. It was margarine. And it was the beginning of an industry that would reshape how humanity eats. Today, ultra-processed foods make up nearly 60% of the average American diet. Walk into any grocery store, and you'll find aisles upon aisles of products that didn't exist 100 years ago. Brightly colored packages promising convenience, flavor, and satisfaction. But here's what they don't tell you. These foods were never designed to nourish you. They were designed to sell, to last forever on a shelf, to be cheap to produce and impossible to stop eating. This is the story of how processed food took over our diet, what it's doing to our bodies, and why it's so hard to escape. The Industrial Revolution changes everything. Before the 1800s, food was simple. If you wanted to eat, you grew it, raised it, hunted it, or bought it fresh from someone who did. There was no refrigeration. Food spoiled quickly, so you ate what was in season and preserved what you could through salting, smoking, or drying. But the Industrial Revolution changed everything. Suddenly, populations were exploding. People were moving from farms to cities. Factory workers needed cheap, long-lasting food that could fuel 12-hour shifts. And entrepreneurs saw an opportunity. Napoleon's prize. The first real breakthrough came in 1809 when a French confectioner named Nicolas Appert won a prize from Napoleon Bonaparte. The challenge? Find a way to preserve food for the French army. Appert's solution was canning, sealing food in glass jars and heating them to kill bacteria. It worked. For the first time in human history, food could last for months, even years, without spoiling. Within decades, canning became an industry. Condensed milk, canned vegetables, canned meat. These weren't luxury items. They were necessities for a rapidly industrializing world. The Margarine Revolution. Remember that French chemist I mentioned? His name was Hippolyte Mejmouris, and in 1869, he created margarine as a cheap butter substitute for the French military and lower classes. It was made from beef tallow, milk, and later vegetable oils. At the time, it seemed like a miracle. A spreadable fat that was cheaper than butter, didn't need refrigeration, and could be mass-produced. Dairy farmers hated it. They lobbied to have it banned, taxed, even forced manufacturers to dye it pink so people wouldn't confuse it with real butter. But margarine won, because it was cheap. And in the food industry, cheap always wins. Not all processed foods are created equal. Some are just convenient. A little worse than homemade, but not terrible. Then there are the ones that are actively destroying your health with every bite. The ones that food scientists engineered specifically to override your body's natural defenses. The ones packed with chemicals your great-grandparents wouldn't even recognize as food. Today, we're counting down the 5 worst ultra-processed foods you need to know about. These aren't just not great for you. They're metabolic disasters wrapped in clever marketing. And here's what makes this tricky. Some of these are marketed as healthy. Some of them are in your pantry right now. And chances are you've eaten at least one of them this week. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We all know that bag of chips or that frozen meal isn't health food. But what if I told you the real issue isn't just the fat or sugar? What if these foods are engineered to hack your brain and keep you coming back for more? Today, we're diving deep into the world of ultra-processed foods and counting down the 5 worst offenders you should seriously reconsider. Stick around, because what you learn might just change how you shop forever. First, let's redefine the enemy. We're not just talking about processed food like cheese or canned tomatoes. We're talking about ultra-processed foods, industrial formulations made with ingredients you wouldn't find in a home kitchen. Synthetic flavors, emulsifiers, artificial colors. Shockingly, by some estimates, over 60% of the calories consumed in places like the US and UK come from these products. Key point, the addiction angle. Here's the scary part. Research, including work by addiction experts like Professor Ashley Gearhart, shows these foods can trigger the same core signs of addiction as some drugs. Loss of control, intense cravings, continued use despite knowing the harm. How? Big Tobacco actually bought up major food companies decades ago and applied the same playbook. Engineer the perfect dose of reward in food, tweaking the smell, flavor, and texture to be stimulating but not satisfying, so you always want more. With that creepy context, Let's get into our list. These are common foods that epitomize the problems of ultra-processing. Starting at number 5. Highly engineered vegan alternatives. Now, a whole food, plant-based diet is fantastic. But these imitations are a different story. To mimic meat, they use a chemistry set of additives, reducing sugars for a cooked color change, methyl cellulose for a meat-like bite, and flavor enhancers like MSG. Vegan cheese is often just coconut oil, starch, and flavorings, providing little to no protein or calcium. They're ultra-processed first, plant-based second. Number 4 hits home because it's often marketed as healthy, mass-produced bread and mini breakfast cereals. That soft, long-lasting white loaf isn't just flour, yeast, and water. It's packed with emulsifiers, preservatives, and extra sugars to speed up manufacturing and extend shelf life. Many popular cereals are made with highly processed grains, stripped of fiber, and loaded with invert sugar syrup, colors, and preservatives. They spike your blood sugar and are a frequent source of misleading health claims. At number 3, the kings of kids' menus and party snacks. Don't be fooled. Chicken nuggets are often low in actual breast meat and can contain tendons, skin, and fat, bound together with starch, stabilizers, and flavorings. And snacks like Pringles aren't even pure potato. They're a dough of dehydrated potato, flour, and emulsifiers, fried and coated with engineered flavors like monosodium glutamate that fade fast, tricking you into eating the whole tube. The high-temperature frying can also generate potentially carcinogenic acrylamide. Number 2 is a known carcinogen. Health guidelines are clear. We must limit processed red meat like hot dogs and sausages. They're cured with nitrates, are high in saturated fat and salt, and are strongly linked to an increased risk of bowel cancer, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. They were one of the first processed foods and remain one of the most dangerous. And the number 1 worst ultra-processed food? It's a drink, energy drinks. These are liquid legal stimulants. They combine a double whammy of sugars, glucose and sucrose, with caffeine to forcefully boost metabolism and alertness. When consumed regularly, especially by young people, they make the heart work harder and faster and pose serious health risks. They represent the pinnacle of engineered, brain-hacking, bodily stressing ultra-processed products. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about awareness. We created this food environment, and we can change it. Countries like Italy and Greece have less than 20% of their diets as ultra-processed. You have power. Read labels. If the ingredient list sounds like a lab report, put it back. Smart swaps. Choose whole grain bread from a bakery, plain oats, whole pieces of chicken, or legumes instead of fake meat. Cook more. Even simple, batch-cooked meals defeat most ready meals. Final thought. The goal isn't perfection. It's making one better choice. Swap out one regular item from this list for a less processed alternative. Your body and your brain will thank you. What's the one ultra-processed food you find hardest to give up? Let me know in the comments below. If this video opened your eyes, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest looks at what's in our food. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.